Rescue workers continue to comb through the rubble of the Champlain Tower in Surfside, Florida. Operations entering a sixth day as officials still hold out hope. 11 people, though, have been confirmed dead. 150 still unaccounted for in what's become the largest non-hurricane disaster response the state of Florida has ever seen. Meanwhile, the pile of rubble is potentially holding a wealth of evidence for investigators. New reports show just 36 hours before the disaster, a contractor had taken photos and reported to the Miami Herald that there was standing water all over the parking garage, also noting cracked concrete and severely corroded rebar beneath the pool. And that is not all. We are learning the condo board president warned residents in April that the building had deteriorated since that 2018 report we told you about yesterday. And now a structural engineer who worked on the Pentagon's recovery after 9/11 has been hired to inspect the site and the sister buildings nearby. And this story leaves us with so many questions. So we've asked an engineering expert from Purdue University to talk with us now. Rodrigo Salgado, professor of civil engineering. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time. And as you just heard, reports have focused on the concrete below the pool area of this building. You know, standing water, cracks, corrosion. Explain how that could compromise the integrity of a building.
Right. So, cracking is certainly one of the main signs that you would be watching for. Minor cracking, hairline cracking is not a problem, but if it starts getting too open, so if you start looking at cracks that are a few millimeters wide, that is a warning sign that the structure is very likely in distress. So cracking is a problem in that way. It indicates that the structure has deformed a lot and it could be nearing a dangerous condition.
What about standing water and then the deteriorating rebar?
Absolutely. Cracking or any opening into the structure will allow moisture to come in contact with the steel reinforcement. And it is the steel reinforcement that basically holds this building in place that would give you these warning signs, this cracking, before a collapse like this would actually eventually happen.
Now, this building, as I understand, is not excessively old. It's about 40 years old, as I understand it. And how does a building, not that old, get to the point of collapse without people realizing there's a danger?
Well, one of the issues, we'll find out exactly what the cause of all of this is as people start looking in detail into all the evidence and try to understand, what kind of a history might have led to this. But these things don't usually happen without warning signs. Mm-hmm. And there were warning signs. If you look at the 2018 report by engineer Moravito, you see that there were some significant cracks appearing. There were all of the indications that water might be having access to the structure. So these are warning signs, and you may not recognize them if you don't have the training, but it's not something to be taken without some concern, some immediate action.
As you were just speaking, we were looking at some of the video of the workers there, the search crews, looking through that rubble. What evidence, what clues can they find in that rubble that will help determine what happened?
Well, one of the things that has been talked about a lot in the media is the possibility that the steel reinforcement has been corroded. And once that happens, of course, the structure starts losing its integrity. And so indications that there was significant corrosion, for example, is one thing that you might get from it.
We trust that the buildings that we enter are safe. I guess, how do we know? Is there anything we can do to make sure that when we rent a condo in Florida that it's going to be a safe building?
I don't think this will be typical at all, but it's a good idea to watch for cracking. That again is a key indicator of potential problems. If you have cracks that look wide open, that look like maybe you could stick a nickel in it or something like that, that would be a little concerning. Somebody is not quite paying the attention that they should to what's happening with the structure.
And we're also now, as you speak, we're looking at video of the workers there on site. How dangerous is that? I mean, this is a building that just collapsed and it's just, you know, mounds and mounds of rubble. How dangerous is that for those workers to be on that rubble?
Right. I don't think that I'm quite the right person to answer that. Of course, they have a lot of stuff mixed in there. So I'm sure that there are dangers from many things, but it's not quite my area of expertise.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Professor Salgado, thank you so much for taking the time today and talking with us a little bit about this. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.